Okay, so thank you for joining us this evening. If you can hear me, you can see me clearly, please leave me your favorite emoji, or you can leave a thumbs up in the comment section. Thank you for taking out time from your weekend to join us today. All right. Yes, thank you for those emojis. If you can, please share the link to this meeting with someone. You could share it on your status, you could share it on your story, you could share it to a friend or two, or even a foe. All right, just share and let's have some more people join us today. So someone is saying that my volume is low. Is that correct? Is my sound low? How is my sound? Please let me know. How's my sound? If it's okay, you can say yes. If it's okay, you can say yes. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. So, without too much of, taking your time, I would like to, just start off what we have for today. Can you see my screen? Can we all see my screen? Can you see my slide? Let's be sure that we are on the same page. Okay, you can see it. All right, that's good. Okay, so today we'll be looking at a very interesting topic, how to start earning online as a virtual assistant. Now, it's just going to be a one-day class, it's an introductory class, but it has a lot of information packed into it. So if you have anything that is going to distract you, put it away for the uh, next hour or so, and let's see how it goes. All right. So you're going to be learning new things today that I can assure you of. Okay. So what you'll be discovering today, who is a virtual assistant? We've been hearing, a lot of you have been hearing virtual assistant, virtual assistant. We'll be finding out today who a virtual assistant is, how virtual assistants make their money, 7 common mistakes that beginner virtual assistants make, and how you can start earning online as a virtual assistant from the comfort of your home, even as a beginner. So how to get started. All right. So who is this training tonight for? If you're an individual looking for a side hustle, you're a stay-at-home parent, you're a business owner, anyone looking to learn digital skills. I mean, we all know that we've moved away from analog to digital. So if you're looking to improve your skills, ensure that you are not in the 19th century, you are with us in the 21st century. Yes, it's the class for you. You're a student or a recent graduate, anyone who is looking to transition into remote work, or even corporate workers who are looking to improve their digital skills, this class is for you. So a bit of introduction so that you know who is speaking to you tonight, right? My name is Coach V. I am a wife and mom of two. My full name is Victoria Ezechukobia, but my students like to call me Coach V. I am married with 2 children. I work from home for over 3 years now. So I'm in my own home office right now. I do my thing from home, everything, working from home. I'm also a top-rated freelancer, and on Upwork alone, I've earned over $10,000 on Upwork alone. So Upwork is one of the platforms where we get jobs. And why I use that platform is because every of your earnings are documented, unlike some other platforms. So that claim is verifiable. Then I have worked with clients across the US, Canada, Asia, and Europe. And I'm also a teacher. So I'm a licensed educator with the TRCN in Nigeria and also pursuing my master's in education. So I am a fine blend of being a freelancer or a virtual assistant and a teacher. So I will be teaching you tonight. I'm the lead freelance coach at Career Crafters Academy, where we've trained, over 2,000 people on digital skills, and we have hundreds of documented testimonials. What do we mean by documented testimonials? We mean testimonials from real people who have gone through our trainings and have gotten results. If you're not too busy, you can follow me on my social media platforms. I share tips and insights to help you land a remote job. So I'm all about that life. On LinkedIn, Victoria Ezechuku. On Instagram, Coach Victoria underscore. And on Facebook, Victoria Ezechuku Obia. All right. Now, let us jump into it. Now, the biggest lesson that I have learned or that being a virtual assistant has taught me is this. For you to make serious money online, you must have digital skills. And it doesn't stop at having digital skills. You must know how to use those digital skills to work for foreign clients. Yes, it's beautiful working for, local clients, but we all know that the money is out there in other countries. I mean, when you convert foreign currency to our local currency here, we know that it's a whole lot. So I would say that is one of the biggest lessons that I have learned as a virtual assistant. Now, in this training, I'll be showing you how to go about that and how to achieve results like myself and my students. So you have to keep an open mind tonight. So let's dive into what we have today. Now, who is a virtual assistant? A virtual assistant is a remote office assistant. What do we mean by remote? Remote means you don't dress up in the morning or whenever and drive down to the office and clock in and start work and close work and drive back home. No. Remote means you can be in your home office like I am and working. You could be in a hospital like I have done several times, taking my kids to the hospital and I'm still working. You could be on vacation and still work. You could be anywhere and work. So remote assistance. You are helping businesses or organizations or even individuals. Now, oftentimes you are like your own boss, you are self-employed, you're just providing services for multiple clients at the same time, earning income from those clients that you are supporting. Now, a virtual assistant is not just a role. So when they say virtual assistant, we don't all do the same thing. You can have 10 virtual assistants in the room with you and they do different things, but we all answer the name virtual assistant. So you could say, okay, I'm a virtual assistant, but when you want to go further, you have to now define it by the role or by the service that you are providing. So a virtual assistant could be providing administrative service or creative service or technical services to businesses and organizations. So your job as a virtual assistant is to help these organizations, help them save time, help them reduce stress, help them run their business smoothly without being in the same room with them or even in the same country with that organization. And that is the beauty of technology. That is the beautiful thing about technology nowadays. So, usually virtual assistants work as independent contractors. Yes. So what do we mean by independent contractor? Now that furniture man that has a showroom in your area, he works for different people, right? People come to him and say, okay, make a chair for me or make a sofa or whatever. So he's working for different people. He's an independent contractor. You cannot say he's really employed by these people. He just provides his service and he goes. So a lot of virtual assistants are independent contractors. Although some of them, the clients also hires them as a full staff of the company, right? Why are a lot of virtual assistant independent contractors? Because these clients want cheap labor. Yes, if they must employ someone in their country, they will pay at least minimum wage, right? And then they will pay insurance, they will pay related taxes and some benefits. But if they outsource it to somebody in one hole in Nigeria, you know, and you provide those services, the same services with the same quality, they'll pay you lower and they will not have to pay all of those plenty taxes. But the beautiful thing is when they pay you that lower amount, by the time you convert it, because of the issue we have in our home here, inflation, the fall of the naira and all of that, it becomes really big, right? So since COVID-19, there has been a boom in remote work. So since the whole world went on lockdown and then businesses still needed to run, people started working from home. It was like it opened the world's eyes, and then everybody started looking towards, remote work. So clients, they want to avoid the logistic problem of, renting an office space, furnishing it up, putting computers, putting chairs, putting security, putting cleaners, to run an office day in, day out, buying supplies, equipment, and having, yes, good work. But now they don't need to rent all of those office spaces, right? They can have people, different teammates around the world doing that same work from their home and they are paying less. Every business, if you're a business person here or you've worked with a business, you will agree with me that every business is looking for a way to cut costs and increase revenue. So they are always looking for how to reduce how much they spend, but increase how much they earn. So getting virtual assistants is one way that they do that as well. All right. So how do virtual assistants make their money? Now, virtual assistants like us, we get paid to do things like reply emails, manage schedules, data entry, booking calls, customer service, real estate virtual assistants. Now, all those real estate agents, they have virtual assistants abroad. They have people who are helping them book viewings of properties that they want to sell, advertise their properties. We have administrative support, so people are helping businesses for the day-to-day runnings of the business. We have people providing graphic design services, bookkeeping and accounting. So even if you are an accountant, you can provide those services virtually as a virtual assistant to businesses across the world. We have travel assistants. You're helping them book their flights, book their vacation, plan their trips. Well, we have social media management. So you are managing their company pages or their individual pages with your phone or your computer, IT services, project management, website building, research, reports, presentation. So these are some of the things we do. As a virtual assistant, it's not like you will do all of these things. But like I said, each virtual assistant service is different. So the client you're working for might require you to do one, two, three things for them. And that is what you focus on. The other client might require you to do 4 or 5 things for them. And that's what you focus on. So the skills you have is what you're able to provide as a service to these people and work as a virtual assistant. So this list I have here on my screen is not all the things you can do. It's just some, just so you understand where I'm coming from. There's a whole lot out there that you can also do. As long as it's something you can do with your phone or your computer, you can provide those services to people, across the world and earn. Now, how do virtual assistants make their money? We charge what we charge clients. Now, we could charge hourly. When we say hourly, it means you are paying per hour that you work. So anything from $5, $10 per hour, 15. Yes, they have some virtual assistants that charge $3 per hour. Everybody's according to your bargaining power and what service you are providing and how you can prove to the client that you are an expert in that service. That's what will determine how much you're paid. So, for example, let me bring it home. That tailor in your streets, that uh, you know, that hung some clothes somewhere. You go and give them your clothes, and they will call price, you will beat the price down, like. But then you will see Vicky James dress, or or some of these very popular fashion designers, and their charges are, way high. You hear them calling millions, millions to make one dress. But there's a tailor in your street that, might be also good, right? But they can never charge up to that amount. So these two people are offering the same kind of service, but there's something that sets them apart. Number one thing that sets them apart is their expertise. So what are they able to do special or better than other people? And then the way they are able to present themselves. So you see Vicky James doing videos, you see her doing content, you see her doing all of those packaging. That is what adds up to how much she charges. Then that your tailor at your street that just, has one small kiosk. There's a certain level he or she cannot charge, right? So that's the same thing when it comes to virtual assistants. That is what differentiates what you can earn, right? So also we could also charge per tax or per project. Let's say, okay, I want you to set up something for me. I want you to do this for me. I want you to set up my automation for this project. Okay, I can charge you. I want to charge you this amount or this amount just for that project. So we also charge per task or per project. Then another way we charge is monthly retainer. So monthly retainer is, okay, I am just going to be working for you. Let's say I provide services to you for 10 hours monthly. You pay me $300, or 20 hours monthly, right? Is a retainer. I must receive that particular amount every month. Then any month that you have more work, I will take it on, and maybe we can now negotiate how much you pay me extra. But there's a particular amount of hours that you are paying me for every month. That is what we call monthly retainer. Just like some people who have lawyers that they put on, yearly retainer. So every year they pay a particular fee. And then that you see them shouting every time, I will call my lawyer. I would call my lawyer. That's because they know that they have put a lawyer on standby. So when there's an issue, the lawyer can always come to help. Then if it's more than what is included in the retainer, they will not pay for that. All right. So these are the different ways we charge our clients. That's why you hear us saying something like, oh, I have 3 clients, or I have 5 clients, or I have 4 clients. It's not like we are working full time for all of these clients. It could be client A, I'm working 20 hours per week. Client B, I'm working 10 hours. Client C, I'm working full time. Just if it's good to have multiple clients. It is sweet. All right. So, what are the benefits of being a virtual assistant from my perspective, right? For me, the number one benefit would be that it is lucrative. Now, like I said, according to Zapier, virtual assistants in the US, they make as much as $29,000 a year in the US. That's an average of like $19 per hour. Now, that is in the US. I understand that, in this part of the world, we might be earning, a bit lesser than that. Though there are virtual assistants that earn up to that or more, depending on the service that you are providing. All right. So no matter how small you're earning, I've actually seen jobs where the client says $2 per hour. Though Upwork does not allow those kind of jobs. The least hourly rate you can see on Upwork is like $3 per hour. But there are still some clients who want to shortchange you. But even at that, if you calculate what you'll be earning at the end of the day, you see that it makes so much sense. I mean, no, it would be very hard to see a client in Nigeria that will pay you that same amount for that same amount of work. So for me, it's quite lucrative. Then the second benefit is you have freedom to manage your schedule. So for me, there are some kind of clients I don't work with. When I was listing the clients I've worked with, I said US, UK, Canada, Asia, right? I did not mention, that part of the world, Australia, because I purposely avoid them because of their time zone. It doesn't work for me as a mom, as a wife, because when I should be sleeping, or when we should be closing for the day, that's when work is starting over there. So it doesn't work for my schedule. So I avoid anything that has to do with there. If I see a job from that side, I don't. Even if a client invites me to apply for that kind of job, I don't bother because it doesn't work for me. So I manage my schedule the way I deem fit. Then another thing is you can set your rates. So yes, you can decide, okay, what I want to earn is $10 per hour. Now, it's not just to sit down and make mouth and say, I want to earn $10 per hour. You have to work towards it. You have to sit down and make your research and say, okay, what are the services that clients are willing to pay $10 per hour for? Find out those services. When you find them out, what do? You check, do I have any of these skills, or do I need to learn them? If I have them, good and fine. What I need to learn now is how to pitch myself, how to present myself, as the best person to these clients. If I don't have the skills, it means I need to now learn. Let's say I've learned, I have presented myself, I've gotten the job, I'm now working and earning $10 per hour. As human beings, our wants are insatiable. We are very greedy people. Once you have started getting $10 per hour, next thing your eye will start moving. You will start looking for more. Next thing you are thinking, okay, I think I want to earn 15. So you go back to your drawing board. What are the skills that clients are willing to pay $15 per hour for? You learn them, and then you work, you start working towards it. So yes, you can set your rates and work towards it. Another benefit that is not, I don't need to mention, everybody knows that, is that you can work from anywhere. You get to save on transportation. I don't have to wake up every day and, try to beat traffic to get to work, paying for, bus fare or anything, coming back very late. No, I save on that. I dress anyhow I want, right? I can be in my pajamas, except I have a meeting, a call where I have to look presentable. But other than that, I am dressing anyhow I like in my, at my workstation. And then I can work with several clients, right? I just find a way to manage them. So I take on jobs that fit into my schedule. If I already have a full-time client, I could decide to take another client that, just needs me for a particular number of hours a week, so you can work with multiple clients. So for me, these are some of the benefits of being a virtual assistant, right? Then somebody will ask me, can Africans benefit from this too? Yes, it's a good question. It's good that you have asked and you have that question. All right. Now, can Africans benefit from this too? I'm a living witness. I'm a living proof that, your location is not actually a barrier. Well, does your location limit you? Because Nigeria has been seen as, our boys out there has given us some kind of reputation, but still, Nigerians, Africans are getting jobs every day. All you need to do is prove yourself. For me, like I said earlier, on Upwork alone, I've done $10,000. Like Upwork alone. And I did not, there are other jobs we get from other platforms. I'm going to be telling you about some of these other platforms today, right? But on this platform alone, why I keep showing on, you guys Upwork is because you can even go on the platform and search for me and you will see me. You will see how much I've earned. It's not something to hide. It's not just one story I am giving you guys. No, I am a living proof of that. And so many other of our students, if you go on any of our pages, you would see documented testimonials. You go on my Instagram, Coach Victoria underscore, you go on Career Crafter, the school Facebook page, Career Crafters Academy, or you even go on our website, career-craftersacademy.com. You would see real people, real stories, people who started from nowhere and, now they are somewhere. All right. Also, yes, can Africans benefit from this? We also have Uche here, who got a $1,200 job monthly. So she got a job paying $8 per hour, right? And by the time we did the calculation, it comes up to $1,200 monthly from one job. Now, these are real people, real experiences. They started from somewhere and they got somewhere, and they're still working to get more. Like I said, man wants are insatiable. All right. So moving on. Now, do you understand why I said you need digital skills plus foreign clients? At the beginning, I told you guys one of the biggest lessons I've learned as a virtual assistant. And I said it is the fact that you need digital skills and then you need foreign clients to make it big. So now do you understand why I say so? How many 9 to 5 jobs in Nigeria can pay you $1,200 monthly? Now, of course, it's not going to be easy. Nothing good comes easy. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a give me 1,000 naira and I will give you 10 million. No, it's not. It's real work. It's real experience. It's real life people you're working with, real businesses you're working with. If you don't have the skills, what are you going to be doing for them? You just be looking at their face and they begin, giving you money. Of course not. You have to provide a service to them. You have to provide skills, your skills as a service to them. And that's when it's just an exchange. You are giving your service, they're paying you for your work. It's not a donation, it's not a free, it's not free money. All right. Now, where do we find these foreign clients? I'm just going to be mentioning a few. Of course, the most popular one, Upwork. We have Freelancer. This Freelancer is actually a beautiful site, though there are lots of, unverified jobs there, but our students are getting jobs from Freelancer. We have Fiverr. On Fiverr, what you do is you package your service as a skill, as a gig. So let's say I'm a graphic designer. I can go on the platform and say, I will create a logo for you for $20 or $50. And then you see people come on the site and they will purchase your service. So they just come, click, click, and pay. And so you go ahead, get their brief, and then you do the job and you get your money. We also have Hubstaff Talent. I absolutely love Hubstaff Talent. It is not a very saturated site, but yes, they don't have as much jobs on the site as much as Upwork or Freelancer, but it's a hidden gem. I can assure you of that. And I've gotten several jobs from myself. I've gotten several jobs from Hubstaff Talent. We also have Subtile. We have Guru. Guru, I've not tried it personally, but our students, when they send in testimonials, we're always trying new sites that work. When they try new sites and they get it, they come to our community group and they're like, oh, I got this job from this place. So you could go and check or whether you know. So Guru is a platform to check out. We have 99 Designs. We have LinkedIn. How many of you know that you can get jobs on LinkedIn? Yes, LinkedIn is a beautiful one, oh, if you know how to use it right. LinkedIn is not just about going on the platform and going to that column where they say jobs and clicking those jobs and just doing easy apply, easy apply, easy apply. The way you are doing easy apply is the same way they'll be sending you rejection letter, rejection letter. So there's a way to do it right on the LinkedIn platform. Then we also have People Per Hour. It's a beautiful site. There's a Not everybody is able to register on the site, right? But there's a way to go around that. So these are some platforms where you can get remote jobs. Now, I always tell people, I don't need to hide the sites where you can find jobs. It's not a hidden thing. You can go on Google and search. You can go on ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, what are the sites, the best sites to get jobs as a Nigerian, you know, to get foreign jobs or to get remote jobs. It will give you good and fine. There's no need to hide this side. Where the cocoa of the matter comes is how do you use it? Some of you on this call, you have Upwork accounts. You have accounts on all of these things. You have done and you came back without any results, right? So it's not just about registering on this platform. It's about learning the right way to use this platform. Yes, there's a right way to use the platform. So learning how to use this platform right is the cocoa of the matter. Okay, let's move on. What are the 7 common mistakes that beginner virtual assistants make when they are trying to find clients? The number one thing, wanting to do everything. You want to be everywhere, doing everything at the same time. You are trying to make money online with offline skills only. Having offline skills, like, uh, it's good to have. I mean, it could be a good foundation, but if you don't match it up with good digital skills, you'll be left behind. Another mistake is using the same proposal and cover letter. Another one is not having a presentable portfolio. So I'm going to explain these points one by one, right? Another one is relying only on, just Upwork and Fiverr. Another one is waiting to be perfect before you start applying for jobs. Some of you have attended virtual assistant training, if we're being honest, but you've not gotten the confidence yet to put yourself out there. You still feel like maybe I've not learned enough, or maybe I am not, you just feel like you want to be perfect. Uh-huh. Well, another thing is not learning how to handle interview or sales call. So you apply for a job, they like you. That's why they called you for an interview. But then at the interview, you mess it up. There's a way to do all of that. All right. So let's take these points one by one. Number one mistake, wanting to do everything for everyone. Only you has learned data entry. You have learned graphic design. You have learned, what will I call that you have learned? You have learned animation. You have learned copyright. You've learned content writing. Only you. It's not a bad thing, right, to learn. No knowledge is a way. That's the truth, actually. But trying to focus, putting your leg on in different things at the same time, it can make you reduce your productivity. So how about trying one or two things, or highest 3 things at the same time? Put all of your effort into these things and see it through. If it doesn't work, then you can take a step back, reevaluate, and then, maybe try something else, right? So don't want to be everything for everybody. Most of the time, it does not work. Number two, mistake that people make, trying to make money online with offline skills. So yes, you are, let's say, maybe you're a good graphic designer, right? But you've not measured it up with good digital skills. You don't know some of the tools that clients are looking for. You don't know some of the tools that you don't know how to use AI to make your work better. You will realize that someone who knows how to use digital tools or who knows how to use AI would It's not like it's the AI itself that is, taking the job. It is somebody who knows how to use it, who knows how to give it the right prompt, who knows how to use it and maximize its potential. They would prefer and take that person over you that maybe has the better skill, right? So it means that as the day is going, you need to improve yourself. Those who learned how to use typewriter years back, yes, chakam chukum chakam, yes, they were very fast typers. Maybe they're even typing up to 60 words per minute, chakam chukum, with typewriter. If you still remain there without updating your skills and upgrading, so learning to use a computer, you will realize that one day you and your typewriter, they will push people to the back seat because you've refused to upgrade. You refuse to expand your knowledge, right? We move from having very big desktop, computers to having computers in our hands. Yes, that phone you are using to attend this class. Do you know it's a computer? It's a mini computer. That's why it's called smartphone. You can do a whole lot. Sometimes when I need to step away from my computer, let's say I need to run a quick errand, I work with my phone. I'm, driving out there, maybe taking a call, or I'm doing something, continuing my work. So you have this computer in your hand, and the only thing you use it to do is to go and watch VDM video or BBN or something, right? You're not using it. So I'm just trying to open your eyes to see that you need to have the right blend of digital skills with maybe the already existing skills you have to be able to fly. All right. Now, why do I say this? Clients don't care about your, let's say, your title. You call yourself a D. They don't really care about your title. I tell our students this every time. In fact, I go as far as using the F word so that they will understand the graffiti. I'll tell them clients don't give an F. Clients don't give an F about you. They don't care about you. So you telling them, oh, I have 25 years of experience doing this, you are just spilling out numbers to them. They don't really care. What they care about is how can you use that experience you have to help them. So instead of talking about myself, I would go first and talk about how I can help you. Oh, I see you have this problem. This is how I can help you. Instead of saying, oh, I have 25 years of experience. I have worked in this big company. I have worked in that big company. I have done. No, you're just talking about yourself, especially in an interview. If you're just, talking all of that, they might zone out. But when you bring the problem that they have, oh, before this meeting, I went on your website and I saw this. I saw the problem you're having, and this is how I can help you. You've gotten that job. If you were a website designer or something, you've gotten it. So clients don't care about your title as much as they care about your projects, their project rather, and time. So if they have to first teach you everything, it's a waste of time for them. I tell our students, yes, you are learning to be a virtual assistant right now. If you for any reason come in contact with a client who is looking to hire, don't present yourself as a total novice. Even if I was the one, I would not want to hire someone that I have to train from the beginning, from the scratch. Not everybody has that patience to want to train you from scratch, to teach you how to use tools, to teach you how to use CRM tools, how to use project management tools, the tools we use to work as a virtual assistant. Not everybody has that luxury of time. So if they see someone who already has basic knowledge, they'll be willing to go with that person first before you that is, just telling, oh, please hire me. Oh, I'm a beginner. I've not worked anywhere. Please just help me. My car, this, my no. There's a better way to present yourself, even though you don't have experience. There's a better way to do that. So I mentioned some of the tools we use to work, right? I said some of these clients, they don't want to start teaching you from the scratch, the tools that we use. So let me just talk about, some of the tools we use to work as virtual assistant or to work remotely. So the main type of tools used for online gigs are communication and collaboration tools. The first one, because you must communicate with these people. You must send messages. You must receive messages. You must, talk with them. They must give you a brief on what you need to do, right? So we have tools for chat, tools for email, tools for voice calls, videos, meetings just like the ones we're having now. We have messaging, right? So we have tools for communication and collaboration. We also have file and storage sharing tools. So these are tools we use to share documents. So your client wants to send you a document to work on. We have tools to do that. Tools like Google Drive. I think I have a video on YouTube on how to use Google Drive. I think I'll share with you guys. You can watch that video, learn how to use Google Drive, because this is like one of the most popular file sharing tools. Another tool you need to learn how to use is calendar and scheduling tool. So for example, if you're working as an executive assistant or as a virtual PA, you would need to manage the client's calendar. You will need to schedule meetings for them. You need to schedule appointments. So you need to learn how to use these tools. Tools like Calendly, tools like Google Calendar, right? You need to learn how to use them. Then also we have project management tools. These are tools typical virtual assistants use in their day-to-day work, working for their clients. So these are tools for managing tasks. So a client wants to give you a task. They use this tool to, assign you a task, give you details of the task. As you are doing working on the task, you are updating, the app, you are updating this tool. It's tools for tasks, deadline, and collaboration. So we have tools like Asana, Trello, Monday.com, ClickUp. These are tools that we use to manage tasks. We also have customer relationship management tools. So these are tools for knowing and tracking your clients or your customers. Now, I know it might sound like a whole lot, right? These are not tools you learn in one day. Let's be honest. These are not tools you learn in one day. It's a gradual process. You can pick one a day and say, okay, let me learn how to use this tool. Just like in our trainings, we take it, one step by step, one by one. We start from the easier ones and then we go up until we get to the complicated ones. And they'll be like, Coach V is busting my head. So um, it's okay not to know how to use computer. It's okay not to, you know, not to be very tech savvy. But what is not okay is always using that as an excuse and saying, "Oh, I'm not really good with computer. Oh, I'm not really a tech person," and then you remain where you are. That is not okay. If you are able to pick up a phone and learn how to use it, you're able to go on Facebook and go live. You're able to go on Facebook and follow all the gossip sites. You're able to go on Instagram, go on Twitter, go on TikTok and do videos and edit your videos and your reels. Then you should be able to sit down if it is important to you and learn these tools. It's just a gradual process. You open the one tool, you click this, you see how it works. You click that, you see how it works. Okay, when I click this one, oh, this is what happens. When I click that one, this is what happens. So you see, it's a gradual process. You put your mind to doing it and you achieve good results. All right. So these are just some tools you would need to learn how to use as a virtual assistant to be very competitive. Now let's look at an example, right? Let's bring it. Let's not just be as if Coach V is just talking. Now this is a job post that I saw somewhere, a job advert that I saw. Now, let's walk through it together. The job description, they said the virtual assistant will be a vital team member contributing to the smooth operations of our retail location and supporting our mission to enhance early childhood education. This role involves providing remote administrative support, coordinating between departments, and assisting with customer service remotely. Now, all this thing is big grammar. What will you be doing in this role? Administrative support means when you come in the morning, maybe you go and greet CEO. Good morning, CEO. How can I help you today? CEO will give you tasks. Oh, call this vendor, do this, do that, send a message, send an email to this person, set up a meeting with this person. You take all of those tasks and you do them. Administrative support. You are helping the company, run. Then the next thing they said, they're coordinating between departments. Okay, tech team, what is happening? There's a problem. You relay it to the management team. Management tells you what to do. Management tells you, okay, contact the finance team and tell them to give the tech team money. You go and reach out. You send a message to the finance team. You copy your boss. You say, okay, we need money. They send the money. You go back to the tech team and tell them, okay, I have we've disbursed funds. That is coordinating between departments, just liaising with the different departments and helping get work done. Then the last thing they said here is an assisting with customer service remotely. So it means you also be talking to their customers. The person is asking questions, you are giving answers. The person is saying, my this is not working, you are helping them, or you are directing them to the necessary quarters. So that's the main job that this person is going to be doing. So you see all those big grammar at the end of the day, it's just day-to-day tasks that you are carrying out. Now, how much did they say this role is going for? So the client's budget is between $800 to $1,000 monthly. So this is like a full-time role. Full-time role means like 8 hours daily. Now, that's the monthly pay range. So it could go depending on how you're able to negotiate, right? Then what is required? What are the things they are looking out for the person they want to hire for this role? They said, one, manage schedule and appointment using Google Calendar. It means you must have learned how to use Google Calendar. Next thing they said, support administrative tasks such as data entry in Airtable. Airtable, it means you must have learned how to use Airtable. Then the next thing they said is responsible in importing bookings to our CRM. It means you also should have learned how to use CRM. So you see how tools come in. So the real tasks you'll be carrying out are things that you can do, but where it becomes a bit complicated might be using those tools that you need to carry out your day-to-day job. Next thing they said is facilitate team communication through Slack. Slack is also a tool for communication. Then assist in project coordination and task tracking. So this is what the job description is, and this is what they will pay the person. But for you to be able to prove to this client that you are the best fit for the job, it means you need to show your proficiency in using these tools. Then you need to also show them that you can do these tasks, right? So if you have read through this job description, your mind should be thinking, okay, is this something I can do? These tools, are they tools I can use already? Do I need to learn how to use them for me to be able to position myself for a job like this? All right, so let's move on. Now, another mistake that virtual assistants make when trying to find clients is using the same proposal and cover letter for all potential clients. So there's something we call proposal and cover letter. These are things we use when we are applying for jobs. So you see it, just like the job I showed you guys, when I want to apply, I write a proposal. A proposal is like, this is how I can help you. Just like you are pursuing a contract, right? And then you write a proposal. So this is how I can help you. This is how much I'm going to charge. This is what I can do for you. This is how I'm going to do it. So some people, I've seen it a lot. They will do copy and paste. They just have it somewhere that somebody wrote for them. They copy and check them, they paste it somewhere. That is not right, because every client is different. Every client's needs or wants are different. It might be similar, but it's different. How do I mean? Now, someone who is doing customer service in a bank and someone who is doing customer service in which other place can I use? In a furniture store, like a big furniture showroom. It's the same customer service both people want or are doing. But you will see that at the end of the day, the tax might be different. The tools that you will use in the process of your work might be different. So if I use the same cover letter or proposal to apply for the job to the bank, and use the same proposal and cover letter to apply to the job at the furniture store, you will see that I might miss it out, because the bank might be requesting for you to be able to use those their banking tools. They might be requesting, what they might be requesting might be a bit, it might be similar, but there will be a bit of difference, because both businesses are different, both organizations are different. So the way I teach our students to do it is, when you see a job, read the job description, understand what they want, what they are looking for. From what they are looking for, you can now write out your proposal or cover letter. Yes, you can have a template that you use, a guide, but yeah, I share guides to our students, but I always advise them, sit down, read the job description. Then you can now start, tweaking what you have. Tweak it, arrange it to fit that job, so that when you apply, it's just like they're asking for A and you are A directly like that. That is when you'll be able to get an interview. So that is one mistake that a lot of freelancers or virtual assistants make. Number 4 mistake is not having a presentable portfolio. Now, what is a portfolio? A portfolio is a document that you show clients that contains samples of your past work, It contains a bit about yourself or what you do or the services you provide. But the major thing it contains is samples of your past work. Now, let me use this example I usually use. You are getting married. Oh, she said yes. Oh, we have a wedding to plan. You're planning your wedding, whether you are male or female. And somebody, you are trying to get your dress, either your gown or your suit, and you go dress hunting. So you go to a place where, they have dresses, and you see two stores, maybe beside each other or opposite each other. The first store, Mr. A, at the entrance is just bland. And then you walk in, right? He only puts his sign and says, the best wedding dressmaker. You walk in and then he's telling you, oh, I'm the one that made Otedola's daughter's dress. Ah, I'm the one that made Obasanjo's daughter's dress. Ah, Tunumbu, I'm the one that is dressing him. I will make a very beautiful dress for you. They won't give you wine, you sip, like AC blow you. They hype themselves and tell you, I would do this, I would do that. Your clothes will be flown in from Jamaica. You know, it's all well and good. But then you say, okay, let me check the next store. And then while you're walking into the next store, you see at the entrance of Mr. B's store, you just left Mr. A, you're entering Mr. B. But at the entrance, you can see mannequin wearing a beautiful wedding gown or wearing a very well tailored suit. And then you walk in and then they welcome you and then they give you a catalog showing their past work, or they tell you their Instagram or Facebook page. You go on it and then you see videos of what they've done, gowns that they've made or suits they've made. You see them dressing their clients on a wedding morning. They're dressing their clients, a video or a picture. Their page is scattered with their previous work. Now, if you're being honest with yourself, who would you trust the most to make your dream or your wedding day dress? Is it Mr. A with all the big talk and no proof, or Mr. B who has verifiable proof? Now, let me shock you. That dress he put at the front of his store, maybe he rented it. Maybe you don't know, but you saw a dress. Who would you feel more comfortable with giving your dress to make for your very big day? You can drop the answer in the comment section. Is it Mr. A or Mr. B? Who? Please drop your answer. Let's know. Remember, it is your very big day. Okay, someone is saying, is Mr. B? Oh. Okay, so yes, it's okay to make mouth. It's okay to be able to sweet talk, but people want to see proof. Now, this is where your portfolio comes in. Portfolio is a document that shows your past work. Now, this is where a lot of people make a mistake because number one, some of them have never gotten a job, right? So they don't have proof to show anybody. But let me also shock you. There's a way to get proof without working for a client. And I'm not saying you go and steal people's work. No, your own work, right? And this is what we try our possible best to do in our trainings, in our virtual assistant trainings, to make sure that, in fact, we will not give you a certificate until we see your portfolio because you have to represent us well. We want to be sure that as you're finishing your training, when you are talking to clients, you're not just using mouth, you are showing them proof that you can get the job done. And once you are able to prove to the client, I can get you this job done, they are willing to give you the job. All right. So that is number 4 mistake. Number 5 mistake is relying only on Upwork and Fiverr. Job deal. Now you don't know where to find them. So if you're only relying on one platform, it could be an error. It's not like it's bad to rely on one platform. If the platform is working for you, by all means, stay there. All right. But there are 101 platforms where jobs are posted every day. So if one platform does not work for you, don't just sit down and say, it's not working. No. Find out maybe you are not doing something right. Or if you're doing everything right, then maybe it is just the platform that maybe you are not utilizing well. You could switch. People get jobs from Facebook. I've had someone, she's an American real estate agent. Somehow she found my page on Facebook. Yes, Facebook. She came to my comment section and she said, I see you train virtual assistants. And I said, yes. She said, okay, I'm looking for, can you recommend one or two virtual assistants for me? And I was like, how did this woman find me? Now, let me tell you how she found me. Because of my posts. She went on her Facebook and then she searched for virtual assistant. And somehow I was one of the people that showed up. And she came to my comment section and I sent students to her to go and interview. So you see that it is not just by applying, there are ways to position yourself for clients to also find you. So we don't only rely on, just Upwork or just Fiverr. There are other ways, to get clients as well. So if you're making that mistake of only relying on these platforms, it's a very big error. You need to learn how to do your personal branding. When someone comes on your Facebook, all they see is you reshare of irrelevant posts. They go on your LinkedIn, you don't even have any posts. In fact, your LinkedIn, no profile picture. Or your LinkedIn, you still have a open to work since 2019. That's an error. You have to present yourself in the best way possible for clients to find you. Number six error is waiting to be perfect before applying for jobs. The thing is, there is nothing like perfection. You can only get better at something, but saying you'll be perfect, by the time you are hitting perfection, a new thing is coming out. A new style is coming out. Those who knew how to tie gele, gele, this scarf, this headgear that women use. Those who knew how to tie gele 20 years ago, you will agree with me that even though they were experts, new styles have come out. Clothes, new styles. Now every lady is doing corsets. How many people were doing corsets 20 years ago? So if you remain in your sewing only boo-boo, except you have specialized in that area and then you become a master of it, but still, new innovation, new fabrics, new things are coming out. So if you are waiting to be perfect before you apply for jobs, you are missing out. That's the truth. Start from somewhere. In fact, do you know that attending interviews is a way to learn? So I saw our students apply for the job. They call you for interview, go and mess it up, go and fail. Those your first one or two interview, go and mess it up. I'm not expecting good. Yes, some people get a job in their first, interview. But if it's not a criteria, go and mess it up and come back. When you mess it up, I had one student who sent me a message and said, Coach, do you know I attended interview? I could not look at the screen. Like I could not look at the person's face. I was looking down. I was very nervous. I could not look at the screen. I was looking down. So they were asking her questions. She was looking down to answer. She was answering. The person had to ask her, are you reading your answer? Of course, when the interviewer asks you, are you reading your answer? You just know that they're not even going to bother hiring you. So she came back and told me her experience. And I said, good. Now you've learned that you are very nervous when you come to interview. It means now you need to start working on yourself. In fact, get somebody to do mock interview for you before so if you're just waiting until you get it perfectly right, you're only wasting your time. And the truth is, some of these jobs you can only learn to the full extent while working on the job, while on it. So put your feet in the water, test your feet, test the waters, and then you know learn from your experiences. All right. The number seven is not learning how to handle interviews and sales calls. So interview is a place to that I think that's our August cohort, our virtual assistant class. They're rounding up now. I think they should be rounding up early September. Last week, Thursday, we had our resume and CV writing class. We brought in a HR person to come and teach us in that class. I'm not a HR person. I will only give my student the best. So I have to bring somebody who is specialized in that field. And then we're talking about interviews. And he said something. He said, interview is a game. Only the best man, is a game that you need to win. Only the best man wins. And if you think about it, sometimes the person who gets the job is not the person that is the best at it. You will see someone who got a job, you'll be telling yourself, but this person, now me teach him now. But somehow, the person got the job and you didn't. So it comes down to selling yourself, making yourself likable. because nobody wants to employ someone they don't like, that they cannot work with. So there's a trick to this game. And when you learn how to do it, you attend interviews, you will just be gisting. In fact, nowadays when I have interviews, because now I even attend interviews for the fun of it. When I have interviews, I'll just tell my husband, I'll say, guy, I have a meeting. I won't even tell him his interview. I'll just tell him, I have a meeting by so time. You say, okay. Let's say if the meeting falls, let's say very late, because sometimes the time zone, or very early, depending on which country the person is. While I'm in the meeting, we will just be rapporting. It will be like gist. When I'm done, my husband will be like, that was an interview, right? I say, yes. Yeah, I say, I just the gist with them. That's because over time, it did not start one day. Oh. Over time, I learned how to hold my own, how to introduce myself in an interview, how to sell myself. Yes, you are selling, in that interview, you are selling yourself, you are selling your skills, you're selling your services. So it's a gradual process. And this is something sometimes you need, support, or you need someone to actually tell you where you are making mistakes, or tell you or teach you how these things are done. All right. Now, of course, it's not a day job. It's not a day job. I cannot come here and just tell you that, right, everything we are doing today is enough for some people are fast learners. They've picked what they need to fly, but it is not a day's job. But if you can avoid these mistakes that I've just mentioned, making money as a virtual assistant is going to be a lot more easier for you. All right. But how, you will ask me? Now, how do you start earning as a virtual assistant? I know that's what a lot of you want to know. How do I get started? So, how do you get started earning as a virtual assistant from the comfort of your home? Even though you are a total beginner, the first thing you need to do is identify your strengths and your skills. Identify what you can do. Some people, they are not good at customer service. If you give them customer, they will break the customer's head. They will be the one to, insult the customer. Will tell them what is wrong with you. They will tell the customer what is wrong with you too. So it's not people, they don't really have people skills, right? There are people who can sell water to a fish. They have great sales skills. So find out what you are good at doing. Some people, I think I saw someone that posted on one of our ad. Person was like, which part should I focus on? I'm very good at writing. Find what you do very well, and then find those services that are related to what you can do. All right. So when you've identified your strengths and skills, you can now say, okay, I know how to write. So what are those services that clients are willing to pay for that relates to writing? You can go on ChatGPT and ask it this question. It will list out different niches for you, or different fields for you that needs that skill that you have. Then when you find out those different, niche, you can now ask yourself, okay, do I have the right skill set? Do I know how to use the tools in this industry? If I find out that I'm good at sales, okay, for sales, I need to know how to use CRM, because I need to document my interaction with customers or with potential customers. So do I know how to use these tools? Do I have the right skill sets? If I don't have it, it means I need to get it somehow. Then you find your niche, you use your strength and your skills. Then you go on to prepare and package your portfolio. You master how to write proposals and cover letter. I usually call it your battle tools. You see your portfolio, your proposals, your cover letters. These are things that will speak for you in rooms where you are not present. You are not there, but those things can speak for you and can get you hired. Then you need to improve your interview skills. Yes, your interview skills. If you want to, yes, you can, apply for a job, submit a very great portfolio, a compelling cover letter or proposal, and then they are intrigued, they want to meet you, and then you attend the interview and it just goes blank because you did not improve your interview skills. So that is something to consider. Then put yourself out there. I'm a Christian, right? And there's something the Bible say. I want to believe there are sayings for it in different religions, but there's this saying that you cannot light a candle and put it under a bushel. It means you cannot have a great skill and hide it and expect something to come out of it and expect to get good result for it from it. That's not possible. So you need to put yourself out there. How do you put yourself out there? By applying for jobs, by positioning yourself in a way that clients can also find you. I already mentioned that on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. Your posts should reflect the services you are offering. So you put yourself out there and then, you know, work towards getting a job. And then you start earning. It sounds easy, right? But if we are being honest, it could get complicated, especially when you don't have the right support or you don't have the right guidance. Yes. Okay. So far, you found out who a virtual assistant is, how virtual assistants make their money, the benefits of being a virtual assistant, 7 common mistakes beginner virtual assistants make. You've also found out how to start earning online as a virtual assistant from the comfort of your home, even as a beginner. So I outlined the skills to get started. I said, find out your skill and strengths, get the needed skill sets, prepare your portfolio, prepare your proposal and cover letter, right? Then put yourself out there. Also learn and improve your interview skills. And these are the things you need to get started. Okay. So I hope I did not waste your time. I know that, you know, I hope that this process feels like something you can do. So, of course, from the little we've talked about tonight, you can decide if this is something you can do or not. Now, ask yourself this question. Out of everything I've listed, right? The common mistakes, the steps to get started, which ones can you do on your own and which one do you need help with? So let's go back to the steps to get started. We said number one, identify your strength and skills. So yes, you can sit down and do a self-reflection and identify your strength and skills. Then you ask yourself, okay, do I have the right skill set? Do I know how to use the right tools? So yes, you can decide, okay, I don't have the right skill set, so how do I get them, right? It's training. Either you pay somebody to train you or you go and sleep on YouTube. The beautiful thing about YouTube is you watch one video before you know it keeps suggesting videos to you, suggesting, and yes, it's a good way to learn, but sometimes some people need some form of motivation, right? Then after you get the right skill set, you find your niche using your strength and skills, you package your portfolio. So some people don't even know how to get started with a portfolio, how to make it. Some people don't even have any work experience and they don't know how to get any. So you can ask yourself, preparing a portfolio, is this something I can do myself? Mastering how to write proposals and cover letter, is this something I can do myself or is this something I need guidance? Improving my interview and sales call skills, is this something I need guidance? Putting myself out there, application, you have to be the one to apply. That's just the truth, right? There are people who I've seen people who offer that service of I will apply for you, but the, at the end of the day, nobody can put in that work as much as you. Nobody will give it as much effort as you, right? All right, so let's move further. Would you prefer someone who is an expert in getting remote jobs to guide you, or would you rather make your mistakes and get lost along the way, or get mediocre results? That's a food for thought. That's a question you need to answer. All right. Just like in our academy, Career Crafters Academy, we had Samson who got a job paying in rupees. So we don't only earn in dollars, we earn in any currency that we see or we deem fit. Yes. Uh, I know I said you can go on any of our social media platforms and see these documented testimonials from real people. This Valentina got this job from Upwork. Verify. You can go and find her and you will see it. She got a $5 per hour gig as a business manager for a company, working remotely from her home, right? So right now you have two options. Option one is find an excuse, leave the class, forget everything we've talked about today or everything you've learned today. It's an option and it could be the option you will take. That's left to you. Nobody can force you. Option two is make it happen once and for all under my guidance if you wish. So I am an expert. There's no need to sugarcoat it. I'm an expert. I've been doing this for over 3 years now with real results. I've also been teaching and training people with real results. So it is left for you to decide to come under my guidance and or decide to go. Whatever works for you, right? But whether you come or you go, just like Jeff Bezos once said, 3 good decisions a day is enough. And you have to make one decision today because life is all about decisions, whether good or bad. So for those of you who want to like fast track, would I call it fast track? Or you just need someone at your corner, right? To fast track your success. Let me introduce to you the Digital Skills Training Program. It is a 5-week intensive training. When I mean intensive, Coach V doesn't play. It's a 5-week intensive training where you will learn how to earn in dollars from the comfort of your home, working for foreign clients. Yes, we'll call it the digital skills training, but it's a combination of virtual assistant training and, other things that clients are looking out for. So it's a fully packed training. Who is this digital skills training for? Anybody looking for a side hustle, stay-at-home parents, business owners, anyone looking to learn digital skills, students and recent graduates, anyone who wants to transition into remote work, corporate workers looking to improve their digital skills. This training is specifically for all of you. All right. So what do we teach in this 5-week training? Introduction to freelancing. We teach Google Workspace. Google Workspace is a collection of plenty tools inside. We teach you how to use. Appointment setting. We teach you how to use CRM, customer relationship management tool. We teach general virtual assistants. We teach you telesales. We teach you social media management, project management tools, LinkedIn optimization, so you can get jobs from LinkedIn. Portfolio creation. Yes, at the end of the training, you should be able to submit your portfolio. We show you how to get this done. We teach customer support, lead generation. We teach how to compile your resume and CV, you know, resume and CV writing. We teach telemarketing. We teach Airbnb. In 5 weeks, we teach Upwork, how to navigate Upwork. We teach how to manage your payments, how to create a dollar account so that you can receive your money, because money, I mean, you work, so you need to get your money. We teach proposal and cover letter writing, basic graphic design. As a virtual assistant, you should be able to create simple flyers, simple logos. You should be able to do that, right? It increases your value in the market. We do interview preparation. So we have a class where we do interview preparation. So you know the things to look out for and prepare for in an interview. We teach you remote work tools. So those tools you need to work remotely, we teach you. And then we go on to teach you how to find the job. So yes, it's not just about attending a virtual assistant training where we just teach you how to do the job. No, we also teach you how to find the job. So it is a very well packed training for you. All right, we'll call it a digital skills training. Okay, now we know you people like bonuses, so we also add some bonuses. We have the digital skills starter pack, so it's just like a folder where you have some of the frequently used tools that you need to get started. We have support groups. So after your training, you join our general alumni group where you can ask questions, you need help, you need speed tests, a client is asking you for something you don't have, you come and say, hey, clients ask me for this thing, I no get them. Someone can help you with it. Yes, we are all there to help each other. That's why we call it support group. And then free certificate of completion. The only criteria for getting this free certificate is you must submit your portfolio. So we want to be sure that you actually learn and you put it into practice. And when you submit your portfolio, which is like the project or the capstone project, you are issued your certificate. Now, other activities in the training, we have assignments. We give you assignments so that you can practice what we have taught you. It's not only to be hearing like gospel. No, you try your hands on it so that when a client asks you, can you use CRM? You say yes. How do you use it? You will not be doing no. You have used it practically. You know what is in it, right? We also give you access to have what we call accountability partners. So we understand that it's a journey where you can get discouraged because you're learning online, right? So you need that constant motivation. You need someone to check in on you. So we give you access to having your fellow students as accountability partners so that you can check in on each other. You can ask yourself questions. Coach V gave you an assignment, you did it, you go and ask your friend, my friend, you don't do assignment. The person say, I never do. I've done it to check, help me check it. The person checks and gives you necessary correction and just help each other. Of course, portfolio creation. We also do a mock interview just to prepare you for an interview. So these are some of the bonuses you get as a result of this training, the digital skills training. like Aminat, who joined our training and got a full-time job with a professor in Texas. Like these are real life testimonies. If you look at my chart on the screen, she sent me a chart. She said, Coach, oh, I hit the nail. She did the client did three stages of interviews. Imagine going through three stages of interviews and she was picked for the job. That's to tell you that her confidence level has been, and she got a full-time job with a professor in Texas. These are real people, real stories. Started from somewhere and they're moving up. So what some interesting facts about the digital skills training? It is a live class. The same way we are conversing, you know, the same way I'm talking to you, you can see my screen, you can ask questions. This particular webinar is kind of controlled because I mean, we don't know ourselves before. Some When I entered this thing, someone was singing, so uh we have to keep it controlled. So but when we are having our trainings, you can ask questions. It's a live training. It runs for 5 weeks. Classes are held 3 times weekly in the evenings. We hold our classes evenings like this. We use Zoom for our classes. So the same way I dropped a link in the group, you guys joined with a link. That's the same way we use those Zoom for our classes, and then we use WhatsApp for communication. So it's close to home. You can send a message. WhatsApp for communication. Then even though it's a live class, we understand that sometimes you miss class, right? So all live classes are recorded and sent to all students. As long as you registered, you will receive the recording of every class. So we record just like I'm recording right now. We record and then we share it to you guys. Now, classes can be taken using your phone or computer. So just the same way you are attending class right now, you can use your phone or computer to attend class as well. No previous technology is required. As long as you can press your phone, you can go on Facebook, you can go on TikTok, you can go on Instagram. All you need is to learn and practice. So no previous technology is required because the training is beginner friendly. Now, we understand that everybody learns at a different, pace. Some people, once they grab it, some people, they need constant, re-emphasizing. That is why the videos are provided so that when you watch it once, if there's anything you are missing, you can go back and watch it again. That way, you have something to fall back to. Then certificate is issued upon completion of the training. So when you complete the training, you hand in your capstone project, you get your certificate of completion. Then the fee is just 20,000 naira. I don't need to sugarcoat it. At this time, the fee is 20,000 naira. The beautiful thing is that you can pay twice and join the group when payment is complete. So the fee is 20,000. If you want to split your payments into two, it means you pay 10, and then you join the class. You don't join the class until payment of 20,000 is complete. Because we does not have that time to be running after you. So no, you pay complete and then you join the class. All right. So these are just some interesting facts about the training. Yes. So usually we have the class 6 times in a year. We don't do it every month. No, I have my family and my work, so we don't do it every month. We have it in February, April, June, August, October. Then the last one for the year is usually falls mid-November and ends, mid-December, right? We don't want it to enter into Christmas and New Year celebrations. So, of course, that means that we are right now registering for the October class. October class. So October class will be starting on the 4th of October, the first Saturday in October, October 4th. That's when the next class will be holding. Today is the last day, right? So class starts October 4th. So you have some time to prepare for the training. In this training, you learn 20 plus in-demand skills. You learn remote work tools. You learn how to apply and land jobs in 5 weeks. For 20,000, I think is a very huge steal. It's a very good deal. So if you look at my screen, you can see the flyer. You can take a screenshot. You can see the flyer. You can see the course outline that you're going to be learning in 5 weeks. So it's 5 weeks of back-to-back training. So you join the training when you are prepared for it because we have classes 3 times weekly. Usually the classes are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. All right. So we understand you have your day, you come back, you can join the class. All right. To register, you can just make your payments of 20,000 early bird fee to our account showing on the screen. Titan Trust Bank. I understand that Union Bank has acquired Titan Trust Bank. I got that information. And so right now, the account number is still Titan Trust Bank, but we are speaking with, our bank to understand if the account, of course, the name of the bank will change to Union Bank soon, but from the memo I saw, the account number will remain. But for now, I think you should use Titan Trust Bank, and you send it to our Academy's account, Career Crafters Limited, with the details on your screen. And then you can send your payment receipt either to email at ccadex1@gmail.com. Or if you are in any of the groups, the WhatsApp groups, you can go to any of the admins and send your receipt of payment, or whoever is posting on the group, right? You can send your receipt to that person. Okay. So we also have payment options for people outside Nigeria who also send that link where you can just register if you're outside of Nigeria using a payment link. So remember, we only have, you know, 6 classes in a year. February, April, June, August, October. Then the last one for the year, November, December. So right now, October class is registering, and class will start October 4th. All right. So now I'm going to be taking your questions. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat and I would answer. If you have any questions, please drop them. Can someone learn through LinkedIn Learning? Yes, LinkedIn Learning is a good way to learn. But I think what they do is they give you like a free trial, especially when you just newly open your account. They give you a free trial where you can learn and learn. After that, only the premium, those who are on premium plan have access to LinkedIn Learning. But from time to time, they still, give you free access. So it's a good way to, I know I did some courses on LinkedIn Learning as well. It's a good way to learn. All right. How can one utilize Upwork? So Upwork is a job market where people go, clients go, they post their jobs, you go, you apply. That's how it works. All right. Let me see. Can these tools be used on mobile or one requires a laptop? So the truth is, I'm going to be totally honest. You can start with your phone, right? There are even some, small jobs you can do using your phone. But if you don't want to be limited, you will need to work towards getting a laptop. That's the truth. Because, for example, some tools like CRM, you need a full screen to be able to navigate it properly. So yes, you can start with your phone. There are little jobs you can do with your phone, but as time goes on, you need to save up and get a laptop. So I always say, don't be limited by what you have now. Start with what is in your hand and then work towards getting better. All right. Can O-level results do this job? So remember I said it is your skill these people are looking for. They don't care about your title. They care about what you can do for them. So if you have a skill that they are looking for, your certificate is not a problem. All you need to do is maybe get a few certifications just to boost your resume. As long as you can prove to these people, I can get your job done. I mean, okay, imagine, for example, a graphic designer. Do you really care about the school a graphic designer went to? You just want to be sure that he can speak and write English well, and then he can get your job done. So you see, it's not really about your certificate. It's really about what you can do for these people, how you can help them. All right. Do I need international passport to be verified on Upwork, or can I use national ID card? So I'm, being plain with you guys tonight. The truth is, our national ID card, our NIN, it's paper. Or you go to a business center and they print card for you. These people know that this ID can be faked. You can go to a cyber cafe and they just type and give you national ID when you don't have one, right? So there is no way for them to verify your NIN. That's the truth. So yes, you can actually verify using NIN, but it's a process. You have to maybe even reach out to their support team and explain to them that this is the only ID you have. They will have to do a manual verification, see your face and all of that. But if you don't want to have any issues, your international passport, one hand Your verification will just go through on LinkedIn, on Upwork, on any platform. I think it was on Friday I posted on my Facebook that our students, the whole group was on fire. Everybody wants to do international passports because they say they are changing the price, they're increasing the price from tomorrow. So yes, if you have an international passport, it's a good thing to have. If you don't have it, don't stress yourself. Try your best to work with what you have. Yeah. Deadline for payments. I think we usually end registration a week before class starts, or I don't think it's a week, maybe about 3 days, so that you are all seated, because we do some orientation before class starts. So we like to end registration a few days before class starts. So let's say registration will end like maybe October 1st, something like that. Since class starts October 4th. Can someone be employed even without experience? Yes. The same way I got my first job without experience, and then I worked and worked, and now I have experience. That's the same thing. All right. When does the class start? October 4th. Okay, I've answered this question. Can we get further discounts? No. I actually don't want plenty people. That's the truth. Because the more people, the more I'm not the only one, right? We have other teachers, and we also have community managers like class captain who are managing the groups. When you have questions, you can always see someone to talk to. So I will not take it any lower, so that it justifies the effort of everybody who is, I mean, 3 facilitators, um, 2 or 3 community managers. So you see, it's a serious school. We are, doing everything we can to ensure that you are really learning. And so we don't like to um reduce or downplay the quality. um are payments gotten from remote job paid into a Naira account? So you can get a dollar account, you can get it into your Naira account. There are different ways to get it depending on where you got the job from, and what you prefer. So sometimes I receive payments into my Naira account, because it's not me and bank that will be doing that wahala of going to the counter to get dollars. But if I want to smell my money, I want to hold my cash in dollar. I'll go and enter bank and collect it. So there are different ways. We teach dollar creation um without going into the bank. We teach all of these things. It's part of the training. All right. Can we be able to grasp all these skills within the 6 weeks time frame? It's actually 5 weeks. Now, the truth is, if I make the training 10 weeks or 3 months, so that we will be facing it one topic a week, you will agree with me that you will lose interest. You will even abandon the course for Coach Victoria and you will run away, right? But we try to. I'm a teacher. Like, I am a licensed teacher. I studied education. I'm still doing masters in education. So our curriculum is actually planned in a way that, yes, it might be a bit stressful for the time, but after you get a hang of it, it's cruise. You just be cruising through it. So um the class is a foundation for you which you can build on. So I was told Nigerians find it hard to get jobs. There's nothing that is not hard in this world. Every year, doctors are being, people are getting admission to read medicine. Every year, in universities all across Nigeria, they are admitting people to read medicine. How many hospitals? How many of them will come out and actually work in Nigeria? Some of them will jackpot, right? Every year they are admitting lawyers into the university. Every year they are, uh, you know, calling them to bar. Every year, lawyers. How many of them are actually practicing their profession? So you see, there is nothing that is easy. Every field has its own unique, challenges and benefits. So, is it hard for Nigerians to get job? What I would say is, I won't say it's about being a Nigerian. I would say it's about being able to demonstrate that you have the right skill to the client. You are competing with Philippines. Have you seen Philippines work, or Indians? Those people work as if they don't have blood in their body. The way they work, I've worked with Indians, I've worked with Philippines on the same team, like we are teammates. These people, you have meeting, before they come to that meeting, they have done slide to present their points. You are using mouth to present, they are using slide. So these people work really hard. So you are competing with these people. It means you also need to bring your A game. If you bring a mediocre
you also get it that way. So it's not about being a Nigerian, it's about competing internationally and being up to standard. Is there anything like academic virtual assistant? I think there is, helping in schools or helping like lecturers. I think there is. I'm not very sure of the exact thing you'll be doing, but I think I've seen jobs like that being posted. Um, Thank you. Okay, I am an accountant. Is bookkeeping and accounting job included in this training? So, Faith, thank you for that question. Now, I am not an accountant. I did not read accounting in school. But there is this lady, what's her name? Sarah. We went to the same secondary school. She joined my training. After the training, she decided to focus on her bookkeeping and accounting services. So this is a skill she already have before. She just blended, that's why I said you have to write the right blend of digital skills with any other skill you already have. So she already has the bookkeeping and accounting skills. With the other things we taught her, the other tools she learned, she's able to provide services to clients abroad. She even has a client who put her on retainer. Every quarter or something, she handles their books. So if you're already a lawyer, you need to come to this training, learn how to present your services as a virtual assistant. You can work with law firms abroad as their paralegal or as a law VA. Yes. So if you have some specialized skills, even we have medical virtual assistants these days, those who have worked in hospitals or using those tools, you can transfer that knowledge and work online providing services to hospitals, to all these therapy homes, to providing services to these clients. So I'm not saying we are teaching you bookkeeping. I'm saying we are going to teach you the skills you can combine with that skill you already have and provide as a service to clients. Do you pay money to be allowed to apply for jobs? Yes, just the way you buy recharge card to call on phone. On Upwork, you are required to do something like that. That's why I said Upwork is not the only platform we get jobs. There are other platforms as well. Can we be okay? I've answered this question. Do you help your students source for job? No, I do not. I do not help you source for job. Our job is to teach you, guide you, and provide after training support. So if you have issues, you can always come to the group and ask questions. Your teammates are there. I am there to answer questions, to help you, to guide you. We're not a recruitment agencies. I know there are some recruitment agencies out there. You can search for them if that's what you want, but we don't do that here. Will there be some PDF handouts after the training? So after each class, I share a summary of what we teach. I actually do that, a PDF containing a summary of what we learned in each class. So, I am a teacher now, so I understand that people learn differently. Some people, they have to read it for them to understand. Some people, they have to watch it for them to understand. Some people, they have to write for it to enter their head. So after we have the whole live training, the recording is sent to you. I still share PDF containing summary of the class so you can still read and understand. How can we get your contact in case we want to register? On the group, any group that you are in, you can, uh, chat up any of the admins or look at for question and inquiries. You can contact us on any of this. On Instagram, my name is Coach Victoria _. On Facebook, you can find our school's Facebook page, Career Crafters Academy. Our website is career-craftersacademy.com. You can chat us up. This is our main WhatsApp line. So you can chat up the academy on this number. Then you can send us an email at info@career-craftersacademy.com, or you can put a call through to this number on your screen. So you can take a screenshot if you want more clarification, and you can always reach out. All right. Do I need a laptop to start the program? You can start with your phone while you work towards getting a laptop. Because if I'm being honest, yes, there are jobs you can do with your phone, but if you don't want to be limited, you need to get a laptop. Payment from the remote jobs, are they paid into a Naira account? I answered this question. I said you can get it into your Naira account, you can get it into a dollar account, depending on you. We teach you the different ways to get it. Please, the 20K, is it till the deadline or there will soon be an increment? Well, probably, we don't know, but for now, this is the fee is 20K. Is customer service training included in training? Yes, we teach you customer service relating as it relates to being a virtual assistant. Do we have virtual assistants as regard to health education? Ah, like I said, we have medical virtual assistants, right? I don't really know what they taught you in health education. You are the one that knows what you learned, so you can now make your own research and find out, okay, these skills I learned, are there people who are looking for it? Okay. I'm a banker. Is there any job I can fit in? If you're a banker, if you want to keep your bank job, it means you have to take on some other roles that are flexible, right? Maybe like small customer support or social media management or Airbnb, or some that's if you want to keep your banking job, right? But if you want to transition, yes, your banking skill comes in handy. If you were part of people who were opening accounts, you can do sales, you can do appointment setting, you can do telemarketing. There's a lot you can do. And this is, that's why we teach you different skills so that you can fit in different places. All right. Is there any job that fits for lawyers? I mentioned law VA. Okay. Okay. So if there are no more questions, thank you so much for your time. Someone says I should show the account number again. Oh yeah, take screenshot to. We are closing now. I wanted this class to just be for 1 hour, 30 minutes, and you know, we're just hitting that time. So, if there are any questions, you can send a DM, or yeah, you can reach out. We are always happy to help. But don't call us midnight. Don't go and be calling us WhatsApp call midnight, please. We are all family people. Okay, I remain Coach Victoria. You can reach out to us if you have questions. And I look forward to seeing you in the October 4th class. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your weekend, to bring a little spice and a bit of learning to your weekend. Thank you and have a good night rest. Okay, bye bye.